In this video, I'm going to walk you through the Abre Assessments app. The Assessments app was designed because there was a need for teachers to be able to quickly and easily create assessments for their students, give those assessments to their students, and get results and be able to analyze those results. Abre partners with a question bank that has over 90,000 questions aligned to state standards. Over 23,000 of those are translated into Spanish. So to navigate to the Assessments app, open up the App Store in the upper left-hand corner and click Assessments. This brings you to your Assessments home screen where you see all the assessments that you have already created. On the left-hand side, you also see other assessment options available to you, whether they're shared or recommended or district assessments. But let's go ahead and create an assessment. To do that, you're going to click on the plus button in the lower right-hand corner. It's the same plus button that you're used to seeing in all the other apps. And this brings you to your assessment screen. So here you can title your assessment, give a description of the assessment, choose your grade level, subject, and level, whether it is core, college prep, or honors. So I'll do college prep here. If you'd like to share this with others, maybe you team teach and you'd like to share that with somebody else, you can enter their emails here. That gives them access to this assessment as you're building it as well. You're also able to lock this assessment, so that removes all editing access from the assessment. So you're going to want to lock an assessment after you've built it and before you share it out. If you choose to make it a public assessment for others to be able to see, you're going to want to lock that if you don't want anyone else to make additional changes. If you would like to make it available to others, you would click on the public assessment and then district assessment. So not all of you will have the district assessment option. Your curriculum leaders will choose who is the district assessment curator, and they will have the option to make it a district assessment. So if you have an assessment that you feel is worthy of being a district assessment, you would share it with that person, make them an assessment editor, and they would be able to make it a district assessment. So let's go ahead and click Save. And when you do, you're taken back to your assessments page. Here I see the assessment that I'm just now starting. So let's go ahead and save this. When I do, you can see that now I have that 8th grade English assessment in my list here. So I'm going to click on that, and that takes me into the assessment. Now, I'm just starting this assessment, so there's no questions added. So to add a question, I'm going to click again on that plus button in the bottom right-hand corner. And then here I'm brought to the question bank where I'm able to search that bank for the questions that I need for this assessment. So I'm going to choose language arts. I'm going to choose the grade. I can choose level of difficulty, so I'm going to choose medium. You can sort by question type as well. So question type, because your students are going to see multiple different types of question types on other exams, those are all available here for you as well, so that they get practice using those different types of questions. But for the purposes of this demonstration video, I'm going to choose multiple choice. You can also sort by Bloom's level, depth of knowledge, and here's where you can access those Spanish language questions. So here, if I choose Spanish, you can see that now all the questions that are appearing below are in Spanish. I'm going to change that back to English. You can also search by standard. So now on my screen, I see the questions that align to that standard and grade level and difficulty level. I can preview those questions by clicking on the eyeball. Brings me up to the question. I read it, decide that I like it. I can go ahead and click Add. I'll add multiple. You can also quick add by simply clicking on the plus button. So I've added several questions. So after I've added my questions, now I see all my questions here. I can easily reorder these questions if I would like by simply clicking on the parallel lines on the right-hand side and clicking and dragging them in any order that I would like them to appear. I can also change the point level for any questions. I can view the questions from this screen. I can also delete questions from the assessment right from this screen. All right, so I have the assessment exactly the way I'd like it. I go back to the assessment builder. I click on that menu again, and I'm going to click Give. So now, when I click Give, this gives me a link that I can send to the students via my LMS, or I can share via Google Classroom, or for those teachers who use guided learning, I can take this link and put it in a guided learning lesson and give my students the assessment in a lockdown browser, a distraction-free lockdown browser. Super cool. Okay, so let's talk briefly about results. So I've taken this English 9 test in the past. I'm going to go ahead and click the menu on the right-hand side and click Results. I'm going to view all results. And now I'm the one that's taken this assessment, so you can see I only have one row of data here, but I'm able to hover over the question number and see the standard that that aligns to. So if I see that I have a large majority of my class missing one question, I'm able to see the standard that that aligns to. I also see whether this particular student's on an IEP, ELL, gifted. I see the points. I see their score, their percentage. So the green check obviously is they got the question correct. The red X means they got the question wrong. And this blue star is a rubric question. If I click on that, you see that it is a question that's an open response question. I can read the response. And I'm also given the scoring rubric. So I can read through the rubric, score the question, and then I enter the total points down below. So that's a rubric question. I can click into the questions that the students got wrong and see how they answered that question. And here's another cool thing. I can download the results of my assessments to be able to utilize that data, manipulate that data in another program, whatever you need. We make that data accessible to you so you can download this assessment data directly from that screen. So again, to recap, the Assessments app is designed to be a quick and easy resource for teachers to build assessments. It contains a 90,000 plus question bank aligned to state standards, and results are instantaneous. When a student clicks Submit on their assessment, the teacher is able to see those results. So it's real-time, actionable data, and the data is able to be downloaded so that you can utilize and manipulate that data. At Abre, our mission is to give you a platform that allows you to spend less time jumping through hoops and more time teaching students. And we're hoping this Assessments app gives you back time in your classroom and gives you actionable data in real time. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can reach us at support@abre.io.